So when we look at emotional intelligence, the key piece there is self-awareness. That's what emotional intelligence is. It's being aware of, what happens when you're stressed, right? Or do you have a high or low impulse control? Do you make decisions in a way in which you look at different solutions? So when we look at emotional intelligence, especially in the context of leadership, it's really building our self-awareness and then developing strategies for when it is that we are stressed or when it is that we are going through a challenging situation. And there are ways in which we can do that to develop our emotional intelligence. So a big part of emotional intelligence is really building our self-awareness. And a piece of that is understanding what our emotional triggers are. What puts us in a great emotional state? What are the triggers that put us in a not so great emotional state? So there's one time I was working with a leader and we were talking about her triggers and the triggers that put her in a not so great emotional state. And oftentimes when we're assessing this, it ends up being maybe a person that you work with or a colleague, or it could be someone at home. And for her, it was her boss. And so one of the strategies that we spoke about was anytime that she had a meeting with her boss, she would block 10 minutes after that meeting in order to take time to recover. So there's a study that comes out of the University of Florida that says every time that you interact with someone you think is rude, the next person you interact with is going to think that you're rude. Now, you could be the nicest person ever, it doesn't matter. The big piece about that is the emotional contagion. And you and I and leaders, we don't take time to recover. So by blocking 10 minutes after every meeting that she would have with her boss, and in those 10 minutes, she either went for a walk around the block, or she had a coffee, or she just sat in her office. What she was doing was she was taking time to recover. So she was aware of what her triggers were, and she developed the strategy to help her navigate the challenges that she was facing.